Hey Virgos, hope you guys are doing well. This is your general life reading for April 1st through the 15th. We're going to be taking a look at the energy that's currently surrounding you over the next couple of weeks with some oracle cards, and then we'll dig in a little deeper with tarot and some kipper to look at your current energy, any challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden from you. We'll look at advice from spirit, and then we'll finish up with your potential outcome. And to wrap up, we'll pull an oracle card to see if there is any additional advice from spirit. So if you want to skip the card pull, go ahead and click on the timestamp in the description box below. Otherwise, grab your sips and let's get right into it. So pulling your oracle cards to look at the overall energy that's surrounding you right now, we have Maywu, Mother Earth. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. And then we also have Magician in the Mirror. So we'll see how all of that ties in, but we'll start by pulling some tarot for you. And we have 3 cards that came out for your current energy. We have the King of Cups, the World, and the 8 of Coins. Looking at any challenges, obstacles, and what might currently be hidden from you, we have Judgment. For advice from spirit, okay, there are a couple that came out here. We have the Knight of Swords, and we also have the 8 of Wands. And for your potential outcome, okay, all right. We have 3 that came out. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have the Empress in reverse. And we also have the 2 of Coins. So let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these messages a little bit further. Okay, so the first one that came out for your current energy is Temperance. Obstacles, challenges, and what might be hidden from my Virgos. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. For advice from Spirit, we have 2 that flipped out. We have the 4 of Pentacles, and we also have the 6 of Pentacles, both in reverse. And for the potential outcome for my Virgo collective, we have Strength in reverse. Okay, so let's grab a kipper deck and see if there are any additional messages from Spirit, and then we'll jump right into the reading. So for your current energy, we have False Person. For challenges, obstacles, and what might currently be hidden, we have 1 that flipped over, and we have Child. For advice from Spirit, we have Imprisonment. And for the potential outcome, we have Change. Okay, so let's get into this, Virgo. As I was doing your pre-shuffle, I didn't really hear any messages, which is a little bit unusual. But right now, what it seems in terms of the energy that's surrounding you right now is that you are looking for a change in your environment. And you might be going undergoing a period of really deep self-evaluation. You're kind of looking at your world and everything that's around you, your place in it. You're doing a lot of reflection, and it feels like you've come to the conclusion that something needs to change. And I don't know what that is, because this is a very broad general reading, whether that's career, education, lifestyle, etc. But it feels like this incredible need to change the space that you're in, how you sort of currently exist and show up in the world. So looking at your current energy, we have the King of Cups, we have the World, the 8 of Coins, Temperance, and we have False Person. So it almost feels as though you're in a place where you're inviting change, right? You want a new start. You want a fresh start, because it almost seems as though you've been putting a lot of effort into the wrong things. And maybe that effort has been in sort of creating this persona where people view you as one way, but deep inside, you don't feel that way. And it seems as though you're wearing a mask. every single day in your own existence. And it feels as though you're trying to change that, or at least you're in a place where you want that to not be the case. Looking at the challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, we have judgment, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, and we also have child. So what I'm feeling for you Virgos, and this might seem a little bit strange, but one of the big challenges, of course, is that you're not you're not exactly happy. I don't think that you're exactly sad, but it feels like you believe that there's more for you, that there's some sort of joy that you haven't been able to capture, but you haven't quite made the decision to travel that new path. It feels a little bit scary. It feels as though you might be worried about alienating the people who have gotten to know this side of you, who have already formed this impression. And it seems that the person that you truly feel that you are is such a departure from this image that you've sort of cultivated for yourself that you're a little bit worried that people might reject you, that they won't know how to react, that it won't be accepted. And you just want to get to this place of sort of innocence where you're experiencing joy. You're sort of living life carefree with no worries, outside of the normal grown-up things. But you want to get back to that place where your heart feels full and that you're actually excited about things and that the world intrigues you and you want to go out and explore. But that's not who you've been. And so I think getting to this point, this place where you're sort of living in your own truth is a little bit scary. And it's making you hesitant to take those steps. So looking at advice from Spirit, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Six of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and we also have imprisonment. So with these cards, Spirit is pretty clearly telling me that it's time for you all to stop holding back. Whatever it is that you're looking to do, this sort of reimagining of your world, you have to let go. You have to go towards that victory. You have to put less consideration into other people and more consideration into you. Because the more that you sort of hold yourself back, the more that you try and make everyone around you comfortable, it's going to keep you locked in this place where you no longer want to be. And I don't want to say that you have to be cutthroat about it, but I think that you're going to have to be very firm and you're going to have to stand your ground and you're going to have to defend your position, really create those solid boundaries where other people's opinions, fine if they want to offer them, but they're not going to dictate how you do you and how you move in the way that's best for you. So looking at your potential outcome, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, we have the Empress in reverse, we have the Two of Coins, Strength in reverse, and we also have change. So what I'm feeling for you, Virgo, is that there's going to be a period of resistance. And this is more internal than anything else, where you're going to be sort of bouncing back and forth on whether or not this is a change that you want to make in your life, whether or not you sort of have the energy to move forward, whether your conviction is strong enough for you to have this sort of new existence that may be swirling around your head. It feels as though there's a little bit of waffling back and forth, that you're nervous about creating this new paradigm in your life, and you're not sure if you're going to be able to pull it off. But I think that ultimately, with time, with introspection, with a lot of focus, you will end up making that change because you know that it's what's best for you. You know that it's the path that you're meant to be on. And you know that listening to the naysayers or putting too much stock in what other people think is only going to serve to hold you back. So I think that ultimately you will get to the point where you are ready and willing to put the work in to make those changes that you're looking for. So we're going to grab one last oracle card to see if there are any final messages from Spirit for you. Any final messages for my Virgo collective? All right, we have a couple that flipped out here. So the first one that came out for you guys. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. And the second card that came out. When I lean toward love, I am led. So what I'm feeling for you, these messages, they seem a little broad, but I think that as a part of your journey and figuring out the changes that you want to make and making the ultimate decision on taking this path forward, I think as you ground yourself and meditate and gather the strength you need to make these changes and set your boundaries, and let people know that while their opinions are heard, they're not the determining factor in your movement forward in your own life. So I think that meditating, grounding yourself, being at peace with your choices and your decisions to move forward into this new era of your existence, it's going to ripple out. And people are going to start acknowledging and saying, hey, you know what? Virgo is doing what's best for them. I am not going to stand in their way. And understand that I think for the majority of people around you, because I'm not feeling any malintent, I think that the people around you who may seem unsupportive, they're not really trying to be. It really feels as though they just want to make sure that you're okay. And their version of you being okay is to continue doing what you've always done and being on the path that you've always been on. Change is scary, and even for people who are on the outside looking in. So if you look at their thoughts from a loving eye, then you'll be able to stay on your path and perhaps take these people with you, because ultimately they want the best for you. They just, they're just nervous. So, look at it through love, unless and until someone shows you otherwise, and assume the best in people. And let that guide you, and know that ultimately folks will come around to where you are. And if they don't, then they simply weren't meant to be on your journey. So I'll leave it there for you, Virgos. I hope that this resonated with you somehow. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future readings. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.